Hello, welcome back to Random Issue, the series where I will spin a spinny wheel or whatever you call them, and it will land on a random issue of a comic series, and I'll just talk about why I like that issue, or issues, because sometimes it's multiple, it matters. As always, expect spoilers in this video as I will just be rambling on about whatever issues in this video and what I like about it, or maybe even what I don't like about it, but most part every issue on the wheel is something I like. And as always, I suggest you to check out these issues for yourself. Superman, Man of Steel 22 and Superman, Man of Steel 23. These are both really good issues and are the origin story of the character Steel, and both take place after the death of Superman. The art style in these two issues is specifically really well done. It's very unique, but it looks great and it makes Steel's first appearance very much stand out as its own unique thing compared to the other super characters we've gotten in after the death of Superman. It just overall looks really good, not to also mention the fact that Steel's costume also just looks really cool in the art style. It's really well drawn. I have no idea how he can open his mouth with that type of mask if it's made out of metal. I don't care, it looks really cool. Also, the red cape being like the only real difference in colour to the costume, what isn't like some sort of grey or silver-esque colour, looks really cool. It basically just frames the costume more, and it can look really good in certain poses while Steel tries to save people. Talking about story, the story in these two issues is also really good, with Steel needing to deal with his past, how he designed weapons, and they're now getting into the hands of criminals, and trying to figure out how that's happening. The story is also just really dark at times. The story in general is quite dark, obviously slightly political due to the story, but I mean, in the first couple of pages, a kid is just killed by a criminal using the same weapon Steel designed. The entire two issues heavily deal with Steel feeling like it's his fault that these weapons have gotten into the hands of bad people, and has created this mantle of Steel and using Superman's image because of the hope that brought to people as a way to try and get them off the streets and help innocent lives. The action in these comics are really good because Steel is in this sorta high-tech suit. It's not actually that high-tech in the comics. Like, it's clearly easily built, but it's not like, say, an Iron Man costume. It's very much its own thing. But because of it, Steel is a lot stronger, but he also has a bit more gadgets to him. Like, a nail gun device was extremely fun of a thing. It makes a very specific sound, what I really love, cause it's such a specific sound, but works so well for that type of weapon. and obviously Steel is quite well known for using a hammer. Superboy appears in issue 23, and Steel and him very much argue. They aren't friends very much, considering both are very opposite of each other. Steel takes hero work really seriously, meanwhile Superboy at the time mostly did it because it got him attention. Superboy very much does have morals, but he also is very much someone with a slight ego to him and very much likes being famous. So it is very much fun to see that after this issue, Superboy does try to lean away from his ego a bit more and care more about actually doing good than the attention that it can bring him. There's also the factor that Lex Luthor is looking into Steel, as he wants to try and take him on to work for LexCorp as a way to just have an eye on him like he does with Superboy. One very interesting thing is also the fact that Steel at the end of the day never considers himself Superman. The entire thing with the death of Superman is who is going to take up that mantle, who's going to replace Kal-El/Clark's time as Superman and take up his role. And even though Steel very much wears his symbol and has a very similar cape, he is adamant about not being the next Superman, even though out of the people who are trying to replace him, he is the best option. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, then feel free to like it. Obviously if you didn't, you can dislike it. If you want, also leave comments talking about these issues, or just maybe about Steel's character, because he is a really good character that I hope gets some more comics, because I don't think he's had a comic run for a good while now, but I'd really like to see him get something again. But yeah, like I said, thank you, and that's all. Goodbye.